Here's my clone commander army. I got 1 phase 1 Commander Gree, 1 phase 1 Commander Fox, 3 phase 1 Commander Cody, 3 phase 1 Captain Rex, 1 phase 2 Commander Cody, 3 phase 2 Captain Rex, and then 3 phase 2 Commander Gree. Now let's get into the minifigure review, and we'll start off with the phase 1 Commander Gree. The phase 1 Commander Gree is very well done, especially considering the price and the printings for a 2012 Lego Star Wars minifigure. It's only worth about $10 US, and it was only released in this random polybag in 2013, and then this Geonosian cannon in 2012. That's the one that I mainly saw in stores. It was there for a very long time, and perhaps there was just a lot of quantity available, so that's probably why he's worth so much. But you got to keep in mind that this cannon was only retailing for what, $20 back in the days, so it was extremely cheap, right? So I feel like that's one that most people got. But yeah, it has some very nice printings, and it's just a very fantastic clone trooper. All right, next up we got a phase 1 Commander Fox, and there's actually a phase 2 Commander Fox that was released in this gunship set, but I don't have it yet. I'll probably get it though, because you know, I need it for the collection, but I still don't have it as of now. Anyways, this minifigure has some very nice printings as well, and you gotta keep in mind it was released in the Separatist Spider Droid, and that was in 2008, which is quite crazy. There's also a variant of this minifigure, and it has like the red dot instead of the gray one in the middle of its torso, so that's really a fortune. If you have it, it's probably worth more like $700. But this one right here though is the original one, the one that's worth less. But even then, it's quite expensive, really cool minifigure. And it's still worth a good $100 plus, depending on the condition. So solid minifigure. So now let's move on to the next one, which is the phase 1 Commander Cody. And this one also has some very nice printings. The only thing with the Commander Cody, I feel like, is the helmet was kind of lacking some details. You know, you got the gray visor, and now it's the orange visor, which looks much better. But back in the days, again, they didn't have colors for the visors, so it's perfectly fine. The torso looks good, and this Commander Cody was released in a couple sets. It was released in the Republic Attack Gunship in 2008, and then it reappeared in 2012 in this Geonosian Starfighter. It's a great minifigure, and it's worth on average $36.50, but of course it can be worth more depending on the condition once again. And next up I got the phase 1 Captain Rex. This is by far my favorite character, and it's probably one of my favorite Lego Star Wars minifigure of all time. This one again was released in 2008 in the ATT Walker, and then it was released in 2011 in the Battle for Geonosis. This minifigure is worth on average $89, so slightly less than the Commander Fox, but it's also quite expensive considering he was released in 2 sets, so it just shows how popular he is and how high the demand is on this minifigure. Next up, I got the phase 2 Commander Cody, and this is a great minifigure. Of course, it's not going to be worth as much because it was released in 2023, and the ATT Walker is still on sale right now, right? It's still selling in stores. But it's a great minifigure. I suggest everyone should get it before it retires, and it's just a cool one. He's got the scars on his face, which looks nice. He's got a lot of details. He's got the orange visor, which looks pretty good. And just to give you an idea, he's already worth $15, almost $16 on average, depending on the condition. So, you know, I suggest that you get that one. I think it's going to appreciate a lot in value once the set retires, depending if Lego releases it in another set or not, right? It'll mainly depend on that. But great minifigure. And now let's move on to the next one, which is the phase 2 Captain Rex. This one is the OG, the one that was released in 2013 in the Bark Speeder with sidecar, and it's such a great minifigure. I really like it. And last time I checked, it was $150 US on average. It might drop a little though, because Lego apparently will release a new Captain Rex in the Y-Wing Microfighter, and it's going to be the same Captain Rex that was released in the UCS Venator, apparently though, but we'll see. Honestly, at this point, I'm not sure if it's going to have the same printed arms, but we'll have to see. But it's such a great minifigure nonetheless. And you know it's going to remain exclusive because Lego won't reprint that one. Finally, we got the phase 2 Commander Gree, and this is the one that was released in the Clone Turbo Tank in 2016 and the ATAP Walker in 2014. So it's the first version. You can tell because he has like light gray stripe on his knee. You can see it right here. The newer one is more like a tan, and he's worth more, surprisingly. But nonetheless, this one is still worth quite a bit, and it's surprisingly still worth $32 on average. So that's almost as much as the Phase 1 Commander Cody, which is quite surprising. So very popular minifigure. I also love the green printings on his visor especially, and he just has so much details for a 2014 minifigure. The legs are almost dual molded. They're not, but you know, there's like a lot of printings, a lot of details going on. It's only missing a few details maybe on his feet, but that's about it. So very cool minifigure right there. And that's all I got. I also used to have a Phase 1 Commander Wolf, but I did sell it. And I'm like, maybe I could have kept one just for my personal collection, but eventually I'll do that for sure, because it's such a great minifigure, and apparently a Phase 2 Commander Wolf will be released eventually, so that'd be great to have the Phase 1 before it jumps in value, depending on if the collectors wants it more after the Phase 2 Commander Wolf is released. On top of that, I also had the Phase 2 Captain Rex from the UCS Venator set, but again, I'm not sure if LEGO will release it again in the Y-Wing Microfighter set, so just to be careful and just to prevent that from happening, I decided to sell it. I also had this Phase 1 Captain Rex right there. You can see there's a lot of damage. This Phase 2 Captain Rex also has a broken pauldron, which is very unfortunate. I received it a couple of weeks ago and I was disappointed in that, but it is what it is. The rest of the minifigure was in good condition. That's all I got today in this video. I hope you like this style of video because it's kind of different. But if you did, make sure to leave that like, subscribe, share the channel, and also let me know how many clone troopers you got or how many clone commanders you have. What's your collection looking like? And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.